everybody, what's going on? Helmite here, bringing you another video from Grab the Lantern today. Today I wanted to talk a little bit about Nexus Blitz, and why I think it may be a permanent game mode in the future, and why I think it should be a permanent game mode moving on. Now, if you're not aware, Nexus Blitz is up on the PBE right now. You can in fact see the footage right now of me playing the new Nexus Blitz, and a lot of you are probably surprised by this, and a lot of you are probably surprised to find out that it is coming back, as Riot did pull the plug on it. I believe last year they said, we're not going to do Nexus Blitz. We tried to develop it, but we decided at the end of the day we weren't going to go for it. So it's weird to see that it's finally back, but I do want to point this out as the community really wanted Nexus Blitz to stick around. Almost every single person I saw was like, keep Nexus Blitz, bring Nexus Blitz back, make it a main game mode, we will play this game. So for Riot to bring Nexus Blitz back in the form that they have, first of all, says that Riot is willing to listen to us, which is more credit than I think a lot of people give them credit for. But it also says that Nexus Blitz is a very popular game mode, and that more than a few people really wanted this to stick around, which I do quite like. Now, the reasons I think it may be a permanent game mode in general is there are a couple of reasons for this. First and foremost, Riot have reskinned the map, as you can see right here, which this may look like a very small thing on its surface, but Riot reskinning the map is a big deal, especially not even reskin the map, but they've created new assets for it. You can even see right here with the walls, with the battle bus that you can pick up and use in this game mode. There are a lot of things that Riot have changed about this game mode, a lot of work that they put in order to make Nexus Blitz a quality game mode. And don't be confused, Riot don't do this for everything. This is a lot of work for them to reskin the map, to create new assets for it, to do all of this work in order to create Nexus Blitz in the mode it currently is in. And more than that, they are looking for a name for this map in particular, which implies, at least, that Riot are attempting to keep this map around for more than just Nexus Blitz, or potentially that they're trying to find another game mode that they can use in Nexus Blitz. Now, like I said, the reason this is a big deal is because Riot don't do this for every alternate game mode they make. If you think about even something like Ascension, they really just reskinned a map and continued to call it the Crystal Scar, and they didn't do anything to say, yeah, this is a different game mode, this is a different map that we'll use for more purposes. More or less, Riot said, no, this is, it's just temporary. This is a temporary game mode. In Nexus Blitz, they haven't done that. They've decided to say, we want this map to be named. We want people to know that this is a officially supported map that we are creating here. And that alone tells me that Riot may be at least considering the possibility of making Nexus Blitz permanent in the future, or at the very least trying to find another game mode that people can play on Nexus Blitz. Now, those are all reasons why I think it may become a permanent game mode. I do think there would be a lot of value in having it as a permanent game mode, but at the very least, we have no idea if that's their plan or not, but we do know it's going to be coming back for the Spirit Blossom event, which will be hitting live servers, I believe, before too long. Now, this is going to go a little bit more into why I think it should stay, so a little bit more opinionated than my usual content, but I do want to talk a little bit about why I think Nexus Blitz should stick around as a permanent game mode in Riot Games' roster. Now, first and foremost, Nexus Blitz has the best of both worlds, to a certain extent. It's a for-fun game mode that allows you to pick your champion. I can't overstate how relevant this is. I would play way more ARAMs if I got to pick a champion, for example. But because I don't, I'm kind of like, yeah, I'd play an ARAM, but, there's always the possibility of me ending up with a champion I don't really play, or a champion that I don't really like to play. So, for example, if I end up with Nidalee, well, okay, sure, I'll play it out, I guess, but I don't really want to play Nidalee. Nexus Blitz, conversely, says, sure, this is a for-fun game mode. We're going to say, okay, 100% you get to kind of pick your own champion. You're going to do some wacky stuff. It's going to be really for fun. You're not really playing for glory in this game mode, but you still get to pick your champion. And that's relevant because it says, if I really want to try hard, if I'm craving a game on a champ I play a lot, I can do that. If I'm craving a game where I just want to play someone for fun for a change, so for example, say Pantheon, let's say, I'm really craving a Pantheon game, but I don't want to play Summoner's Rift because I don't think I play him well on Summoner's Rift. Well, I get to do that. I can just pick up Pantheon, assuming he's not banned, of course, and play him. And that's another relevant part of Nexus Blitz as well, is that you actually get the choice of of banning a champion as well. So, and again, that's more relevant in ARAM, I think, because there are a lot of champions that people really hate in ARAM. But the fact that you get to ban out a champion means that, hey, you can curate your experience. You can say, for example, yeah, I don't really want to deal with that champion in this game mode. And in ARAM, you can't do that. In Nexus Blitz, you can. The other thing that Nexus Blitz brings is it has more strategic diversity than ARAM. ARAM, look, for all its qualities, ARAM is basically just 5v5 randomly team fighting until the game ends, which is fun on occasion, but to me, it's sort of like eating really sugary breakfast cereal. The first bowl might be okay, and maybe every now and again, you're going to have fun with it, but the sixth bowl is not very much fun after that. Nexus Blitz, meanwhile, it combines the strategy and laning phase of Summoner's Rift alongside the sort of fun romp that is ARAM. ARAM doesn't ask you to think. ARAM just asks you to play a champion and have fun. Whereas Nexus Blitz says, hey, you're going to have a laning phase. You're going to have at least some thought as to how to structure team fights, how to split roles amongst various positions. So you have at least one duo lane and a double jungle. So how do you figure that out? How do you switch up your champions in that regard? But it also doesn't commit you to full try-hard mode like Summoner's Rift does. Summoner's Rift really does say, hey, you're going to try really, really hard in this game mode. There's going to be a laning phase, but more than that, you're going to have to play super hard. And in general, it's not as much fun as something like ARAM, which you can just turn the brain off for. So Nexus Blitz strikes a good middle ground between these two. Nexus Blitz says, hey, 100%, if you just want to play a champion you don't normally play and like smash it into enemy champions, you can do that. But also there is strategy for those of you who do want that. And that's one of the reasons I think Nexus Blitz has longevity that ARAM and Twisted Treeline never could have. Put it this way, I would play significantly more games of Nexus Blitz than I would ever play of ARAM or Twisted Treeline because of the advantages it brings. It's fun, it's fast-paced, and it has the added advantage of, like I said, being able to pick your champion, which cannot be overstated. But those are kind of my thoughts on why I think it should stick around. Like I said, I think there is a case to be made for Nexus Blitz being a permanent game mode. Riot have really been putting a lot of time and energy into it. You don't just bring Nexus Blitz back like they've done here just for an event. You really, really don't. So the fact that they are thinking about making this permanent game mode would be really cool. I have no idea if that's actually the plan or if they just had their modelers had a bunch of extra time and said, sure, we can totally do a reskin of Nexus Blitz, but I would love to see it stay, if anything. So, but let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. If you would love to see Nexus Blitz stick around, let me know that. If you don't think it would be a good idea for it to be a permanent game mode, let me know that as well. I would love to hear your guys' thoughts on that subject. If you enjoyed today's video, go ahead and leave a like. And if you really enjoyed today's video, think about subscribing. I put a video just like this every Monday, Friday, and on patch days as well. Thank you guys so very much for watching. I do appreciate it. And I'll talk to you all later.